Time for a pause. There's so much peace, strength, clarity, power, security in taking a pause. Most people, don't even give themselves pause. Don't even give themselves the pleasure of taking a pause, whether it's just taking a breath and noticing it, or it's stopping to reset and align yourself before walking into a room, or when somebody asks you a question, pausing before answering it, not feeling the pressure to jump into your answer and fall into this pit of unawareness. Every time I take a pause throughout the day, it's like my whole feeling of being stuck on a treadmill gets turned off, and I come back into myself, and I feel like the outside world is not controlling me, but I'm in control of myself, allowing myself to move through and choose how I want to react instead of being pulled, being dragged, being like something that's just about to go off, like a ticking time bomb, I don't even know if that's the best explanation, but it's like you're just on the edge all the time instead of just like sitting back and allowing everything to be. It's kind of ironic because I feel like in this video, as I'm making this, I feel that need to like say things quick, get this out, because there's things I want to do after this, and I just felt like I got to get this out right now. Paradox, it's ironic. But yeah, just allowing everything to come out in the way it naturally needs to come out instead of pushing it along. It's like we think if we don't push things out, they won't come out. But if you just allow things, have a grace to them, and they feel so much better because you're actually feeling them. You're not in the motions. You're not being dragged along by life. You're dancing with it. And this goes for so many things. Making music. If you're learning an instrument and you get to that point, or learning anything, but especially an instrument, when you get to that point of like feeling like you're trying to muscle through it, you're repeating something over and over and over, and it's like not clicking, and then you're like trying harder and harder. When you get to that point, you should, when you feel yourself even getting close to that point, that's the time to take a pause. You take a pause, you feel your body, your brain will actually, you can feel it processing what you're doing, because it's trying to process whatever it is you're doing, and you're not allowing it to because you keep trying to force more information into yourself. And once you just pause, let things process, take a deep breath, your body will signal to you when it's ready, and you go back and things come out gracefully, effortlessly. Or, when you're trying to learn something and you give it some time, you give it whatever you got, and then you go to sleep and you wake up the next day, and it's so much easier because you gave yourself time to process. That's a big pause. There's the big pauses and there's the micro pauses. Sometimes we need a big pause. Sometimes we need a whole week of a pause. We need a vacation. But when we don't have the time for a vacation and life is, doing its thing, and we're in the, we know that there's not going to be, there's seasons where we know there's not going to be a long pause for a little while. And that can seem daunting. But in that, we switch our need from macro pauses to micro pauses throughout the day. Before you get into your car on your break, take a deep breath, feel the air. Listen to the sounds around you. Feel your feet on the ground. Before you walk into a room, fix your posture, take a deep breath. Drop your shoulders, relax your jaw. When you're talking to somebody, feel that pause, feel that uncomfortable feeling of like the silence between people that you want to fill. Feel it, let it be, and then allow yourself to gracefully ride into it. Some people get a month pause. Some people get a year pause. Some people go to an ashram, they go to another country. They go to a Buddhist temple or an ashram in India, and they take a year off of just sitting with themselves and meditating for 10 hours a day. People need all different types of pauses. And there's different seasons and different needs for each different person. There's no one size fits all. But regardless of where you are and what your being needs in terms of a pause and the size of it, you need a pause regardless. And like I said, even if you know you're going to get a macro pause, a vacation coming up, still micro pauses throughout the day just make everything so much more enjoyable. It gives you the feeling of feeling. You can feel your fingertips. When you don't take those pauses, you kind of become numbed out. It's like there's so much stimulation. It's like when you listen to music for so long and then you kind of stop feeling the music because you're just listening to things. Or people who, when you drink coffee all the time, and the first time you drink it, you're like, you're feeling it. You can really feel the effects. And then you start drinking coffee every single day. You have 2 cups a day, 3 cups a day. Some people drinking 4 cups a day. Oh my God. And it doesn't even do anything. And then they're like, I need more coffee. And it's not doing anything because they're not taking a pause from it. When we let things be, we take a pause from everything. We allow ourselves to experience more life. It's so funny. It's like experiencing less allows you to experience more. Sometimes most people want to experience more. We want more dopamine, more video, more pleasure, more. And then we just grab more, we grab more. And then we feel that the overstimulation. What do we think? We think we need more because we're so overly stimulated. We need more stimulation to overly stimulate us more. No, you need less. It's so obvious. You need a pause. Allow yourself to be. It's okay to be. Some people feel guilty about sitting still. You feel like you have no value. You feel worthless. You feel like your value and your worth is tied to action. But it's not. You are inherently worthy and valuable in your existence because you were made in the image of God. God didn't make you something that is empty, that needs more to be enough. It's like it says in the Bible, be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am. If God made us and we were made in the image of God, and it says in Psalms, ye are gods, which a lot of people, they can't even really wrap their head around that. That's a very controversial verse in the Bible. But when you're still, you allow a pause, you allow yourself to feel the feeling of existing, everything opens up to you. So after you watch this video, sit. Sit until you get that feeling of, okay, that's enough. And then let that feeling come up. And then let it pass and sit a little longer. And then let it come up again. Sit a little longer. Let it come up again. Sit a little longer. Take a deep breath. And sit until that feeling stops coming up and you choose to move into life. Don't let life make you feel like you have to be pulled into it.